All right, what you going? Hey, this is Putting the Game Down podcast. You feel me? This is my first episode. Got my homeboy over here holding the camera for me and everything. You feel me? The studio ain't done yet, but I'm getting it there though. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go ahead and break the ice and get it ready. You know what I'm saying? I got a little ambitious, but it ain't gotta be perfect. I mean, I think the theme about what's going on is more important than anything though. You feel me? So we about to go ahead and get into it. We had a good conversation going on before this right here. So you know what I'm saying? What you want? He gonna stay behind the camera. I'm gonna stay in front of the camera, and we just gonna go ahead and do it like that. He gonna be asking me some questions, talking and whatnot. And we just gonna be getting the subjects. And the theme of every show pretty much is gonna be whatever is going on in life that's real. Just no fake talk, all real talk. Pretty soon I'm gonna have a call in line where people can call in and talk and you know what I'm saying, talk about what's going on in their life, but just no fake stuff. Whatever you got going on, it don't matter. You ain't gotta be a certain kind of person, you ain't gotta fit into a certain category, none of that. Just call up and talk about what you're talking about, get some opinions of people that really got a genuine interest in giving valid and constructional advice. You feel me? Because it's all about construction, no destruction. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. So you were saying, what you call it? You keep on saying your name.
Yeah,
What you saying? What you call it? You were saying about the hood K. You said when you said like when somebody come from the hood, what happened now?
damn, I kind of lost my thought, but I'm just
But
gonna go off the map.
you
Like,
were saying when somebody come from the hood that
basically, like, people out here, they glorify like being in the streets, but little do they know they glorifying failure. They glorifying that the fact that, oh, I'm from the hood, it's supposed to be cool, but in all reality, if they really look at it, they basically saying, well, my mom or my parents was fucked up. We was in a fucked up predicament. We ain't have anything. We was in these circumstances. So, it's just like a lot of confusion with people glorifying something that really ain't even worthy of glorifying. So,
I got you. I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this right here though, homie. Like, all right, like so when you talk about okay, so yes, and I'm gonna tell you too, you know, like I really kind of want to stay away from these kind of subjects,
yes,
homie,
sir. Yes, sir.
because like it just opens the door for unwanted attention and
You're
for
right.
people to put like certain kind of opinions in here and try and
Yes.
spin narratives and
I
talk about
follow you.
things I'm really not trying to get into because it's not a competition in what I'm trying to do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with competition, but I'm trying to create like a different theme
You don't want to
amongst
put light
people.
on negative.
Yeah, like
I
you
feel
understand what
you.
I'm saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm gonna say this right here though. You know what I'm saying? Everything I've been through and everything you've been through, I'm not gonna talk about your history. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? That's
It's
for you to put
neither
out
here
there.
or there. You're right.
Yeah, you feel me? But I'm just saying, like with me, just everything I've been through, prison, you know what I'm saying, all this kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, not like, okay, like prison, selling drugs, and everything else I've been caught up in. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, or like, and let's just talk about the hood aspect of it. I think what a lot of people call the hood, homie, is not like really what it's not really what I'm thinking when I see the hood. Like, or maybe we're seeing the same things, but I'm seeing more things into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because when I'm thinking about the hood, I'm thinking about the dude going up and down the street with the car selling ices or the woman selling ices out of the house.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the bootlegger on the block that's selling liquor out of the house and that's selling toilet paper and got candy and everything, and then she's selling too. You
Yes,
understand
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking about okay, those drug dealers, and before drug dealers, you got niggas that was writing numbers and all this kind of stuff too. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about all of this, and these are smart people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That really just didn't have an opportunity maybe to get into other things, and they probably would have excelled had their next door neighbor would have been from Wall Street and would have took time to talk to them. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
also
agree.
this, yeah. So even through what society sees as somebody doing messed up, and that's real. In my neighborhood where I'm from in Connecticut, bro, well, my original neighborhood is actually a good neighborhood. You know understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when I start talking about the hood, start talking about after my dad died, my mom sent me back to stay with my uncle and everything up in Connecticut, and me living in the hood. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, my grandma dropping me off, my mom dropped me off at my grandmother's house, and my grandmother watching me. That's in the hood. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're talking the hood with me, yeah, we're talking all the drug dealing, we talking all this right here too. Yes. But then there's a whole other aspect that people never really talk about. And when you take that out of something, it's like you mess up the whole thing. Yeah. So I'm also talking about a culture, bro, that made me. Like one thing like this, like a lot of them dudes out there that was selling drugs. And yeah, they were poisoning the community, and there's no justification for what they've done. But there's a lot of dudes, bro, that made a good lasting opinion on me. It pushed me forward in a lot of things that nobody else did, bro. And they might have been caught up in some messed up stuff because they never got another opportunity to do anything. Gave me advice and really gave me some good. It really gave me like a good. I ain't gonna say I looked up to them because the only one I really look up to is my dad, bro. And I've had other role models, but they gave me a good perception of some good manly traits. Not everything was bad. Not everybody that sells
But
dope.
and I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you good. No, go ahead.
But
No.
see, the thing is, it's nothing wrong with that. It becomes a problem when you glorify instead of using the hood as a testimony. And a testimony is like where I came from and where I came from and where I'm at now and where I'm trying to go. But the problem is with me, with the hood or however you want to put it in whatever box, people glorify it. And basically you glorifying failure.
I mean, it
You
depends
know?
if you glorifying the right thing. Let me ask you a question. Like these people that are glorifying the hood, do they even own part of the hood? Because the hood that I'm
No,
from in
for
Connecticut,
a fact, you can't. 9 times out of 10, when a person talk about a hood, of course they don't own nothing.
oh, got you. But see,
You know?
in my hood though, like in Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm from in Connecticut, there's dudes that own some of them 3 families out there, homie. Like you know what I'm saying? Like them 3 family buildings and whatnot. There's people that own them, bro. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
I mean, and like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm open to talking about race relations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anybody that may feel like they're racist, not a racist, but I'm not putting racists on nobody. I'm not talking down on no race. I deal with all races, love every race. You understand what I'm saying? But there's some black people that don't want to live around white people though, or live around another race and culture, so they stay in the hood because that's what they want to be around.
But it's chaos. You know?
I mean, it depends on what you call chaos and structure. Because I'm gonna tell you, my nigga, like nowadays it's chaos and structure to me. You understand what I'm saying? But I remember at a time, when let's say I had a problem with your cousin, your brother, and a situation might have happened. Before it had to get crazy, I could have came to you and be like, "Hey, okay, you know what I'm saying? Listen, this shit happened with your cousin. Yeah, this nigga's wilding. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, yo, bro, you think you know what I'm saying? Before this shit got out of hand, my nigga, because I don't want to go there with you and your people. I got nothing love for y'all. You think you can highlight this nigga about this right here? And then you would have went to him and said something to him about it, and that could have got resolved. You understand what I'm saying?
But you know, at these times change. People ain't moving under them type of laws. No
they
more,
not.
And more.
So what they're calling the hood now is just straight nonsense almost.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Or a lot of times, my guy, you know what I'm saying, if it's in a situation, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times if it's in a situation like where like something's about to jump, niggas is more egging that shit on. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you though, homie, like, you know what I'm saying, like with me personally though, like one thing that people don't know about me, I've seen, bro, and I'm gonna be careful what I say because I want to monetize my channel and everything. But I've seen the result of what a mother looks like after her son has came up, found in a bad predicament. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I've seen what it looks like, homie. You understand what I'm saying? Firsthand. Like the look that she gave me when she lifted her head up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like, so when people look at this stuff on TV, homie, and they're looking like, oh yeah, I want to be that dude. I've seen all 4 corners of how this goes, homie. You understand what I'm saying? So there's not as much excitement. For one thing, bro, I'm saturated with the game to a certain extent, homie, because I've been through this my whole life, up to the bottom. Like I told you, homie, talking back as far as number riders. You understand what I'm saying? Bookies, stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saturated with the game. Pimps, everything. You understand? Saturated with the game, homie, to the point where it's like more like, it's not an excitement to me. It's more of a way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like that kind of thing. You understand? So when I'm talking, like, you know, okay, like I'm gonna say this right here. So nowadays, when everybody thinks a hood dude, you understand what I'm saying? They think it's somebody just off the rip, running to get, you know what I'm saying, running to go get one of them things, you know what I'm saying, to go do something to somebody, bam, bam, bam. That's being a hood dude. You understand what I'm saying? Well, in actuality, bro, you feel what I'm saying? It's everything in the pot that makes it stir, it makes a meal. You understand? It's everything in the pot that stirs to make a meal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even sometimes me and you talk, and like, we haven't known each other for too long, you know what I'm saying? But we have conversations going on about where you feel like, yo, bro, I wouldn't take that, or bro, I might have taken this right here. And I feel like, well, damn, we haven't known each other for the longest time, but I wish you would have known me before when I was more of a hothead, because I feel like you might understand where I'm coming from even better sometimes with some of the stuff I be walking away from. But the thing is, I've never been a super hothead.
Real recognize real at all times. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to know. I don't have to know somebody struggle to know they struggle.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? So
definitely. But I'm not taking the point. But here's what I want to say when I'm making this statement, though. See, so what goes good, man, like even with me, you hanging sometimes, like we don't hang out that much. We're really not even the kind of dudes that really like to hang out with dudes that much, like talking about it. But we get our times where whatever goes on, where we lingering for a second. You know what I'm saying? So even we jump in the car and we go to the store and a situation happens. Like, I've never been like a super hothead, bro. That's not my MO. Anybody that really knows me, I've gotten a bang out, you know what I'm saying? Like with the hands, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they had to go to a little bit more. And you know what I'm saying? People know me for times I had to get in a situation, but that's not my like really thing to go do. Like, just be like, yo, I got into it with this dude. I'd rather calm the situation down and leave it alone before I get into it. You understand what I'm saying? But even with you being a little more of a high head, it's a good combination sometimes when it's like a situation may occur. And I'm like, yo, man, okay, leave that. Don't argue with the niggas, man. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And that's what we gotta get more of. You understand what I'm saying? But when you around certain kind of people, bro, being from the hood, being from poverty situations, you don't have to be a savage, homie. And you don't have to be somebody that's egging somebody on to get violent.
Definitely don't.
Like, kids, with everything that we both working for, you understand what I'm saying? And the places that we trying to go, even with this podcast thing right here, bro, why would I want to see you get into a situation with somebody, bro, and something happen, homie, when you locked up, your kid out here by himself and all this kind of stuff? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. So, like I said, so even though you might be a little more prone to jump into a situation with somebody more fast than I do, when we hanging together, homie, it's good because I can be like, yo, okay,
but then you gotta ask me, so, bro, how do you avoid that? See how I avoid it? I just stay away. See, some things you have to stay away.
I'm just talking about us being out and about.
Yes, sir.
But on a daily basis, though, you do
but
know
I'm
to stay
just,
away from niggas
I'm
because you
just
don't want niggas to even get.
I'm breaking just down of, okay, I wouldn't take a lot, but I know to stay away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That right there keeps me.
Yeah,
keep
no,
me grounded,
you do that.
You know?
You do that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about us being out in public and being in the midst of a situation where anything can happen.
Even out in public, like I just stay in my lane. You know what I mean?
Oh,
9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah, Kay, I ain't taking nothing from
you.
No,
yeah. I'm just spitting out like that. Yeah, I
but
know
somebody
for a
can
fact.
bump into you walking in the store.
And guess what? I'm gonna say, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when to hold them and when to fold them. I know when a man a threat and when a man's not a threat. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, so, you know, like, far as somebody bumping into me, you know, I give respect first. That's why I demand my respect. Because for one, I never disrespect a man just for no reason. You know,
got you.
But far as that, like, you know, me with I just stay away from stupidity. I try my hardest.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
any little signs of it, I know, like, that's a dead end for me.
Yeah, but
turn around.
But 122%, homie. I wasn't trying to take nothing from you.
No, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I know that for a fact. Yes, sir.
I was just saying that, you know what I'm saying? It takes everything in the pot to make a meal.
I was just breaking down my little recipe of how I deal with it. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And I was just saying that it's good that, you know what I'm saying, that sometimes somebody that might be more prone to jump into something quick than somebody not being prone to jump into something quick.
Sir.
Them being together, you know what I'm saying? It sends two different voices on each side.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. And you're super alert too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm an observant person that sees everything around me, but you pick up on more stuff that sometimes I feel like I didn't even notice. You know what I'm saying? So that keeps me on my toes too. Like when you be like, well, you didn't see this right here. But
you know, I got a motto, man, and I kind of I try my hardest to always live by it, bro. You see one, you teach one. You know what I'm saying? See, that's our problem, bro. Like, our job is, and that's obligation for me and you. But if it's something that I don't know, bro, it's your job and duty to get me back on the right track, the same as me. You see what I'm saying? Or if it's something that I went through and I can talk to you about it and give you some insight on it, that's good, because one day you might go down that road. Like, far as like our normal conversation, we talk about business a lot. That'd be our main conversation. So, you know, like, I talk to you about certain things that I go through because I understand, like, you might go through it, and vice versa. When you talk about business stuff, I listen, I take heed, because in some point in business, I'm gonna run through that problem. So with you telling me how you dealt with it and your obstacles, and that kind of give me like a stepping stone to say, you know what, I heard this before, and I seen bruh situation, so I can go this way or I can go that way. He told me how this way will go because he experienced it. And that just be my whole thing about see one, teach one, you know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it a band too. I don't know when you say you talking about universal people, you talking about me, but I'm gonna say this right here though. There's some stuff that you put up about, like, you put me up on about business. Like, and I be like, the thing is with me, I'm really, really, really like thick-headed, homie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I'm really,
we all, like, to a certain extent.
Yeah, and like, I'm really stuck in my ways, bro. Don't get me wrong, and I be hearing people, homie, but I'm not gonna lie though. You can push me about something for for about 3 weeks, homie, and you might think I'm not hearing it, and maybe like 4 months later, homie, it's gonna click in, and I'll be like, yo, damn, maybe what homie, you know, let me think about what homie was saying.
But at least it did click in. Because a lot of people, it won't even click in. You know what I mean? So,
because I'm gonna tell you one, not to cut you off, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about me though, homie. The thing is, like, when I get, like, my whole life though, homie, like, you know what I'm saying, especially being from me, the kind of background I'm from, whenever you come up with an idea that's really not on some negative stuff or a job, people normally knock it when it's out the box because they really can't fathom it. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, my mentality is thick-headedness, homie. Like, really, and I gotta be like that, bro, because people will knock you down before you even get a chance to build yourself up. You understand what I'm saying? And I guess that's a plus and a minus, because even sometimes when people are talking good and people are talking bad, it's like it's hard for people to penetrate me. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lock onto it. You know, and I gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because had I would have took a lot of advice on the way to road, bro, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I'm really nowhere. But I'm better off than I have been in a lot of times in my life, though. You understand what I'm saying?
You, because I'm the same way, but I listen and I just take heed, not necessarily saying like I agree or I'm not. I just listen to everything. A person could be talking complete stupidness, and average person be like, bro, I don't want to hear that. But guess what? Out of all that stupidness that man said, I guarantee you, if you really listen closely, bro, it was a message in it. Whether it shows you the nigga is more stupid than you thought or he's confused, it's something. So I just say, bro, I listen, I take heed to everything, and I try not to close my mind off, because once you close your mind off to things, bro, like, you know, it's like you put yourself in a box, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, but you know, though, also, but you got like you got to look at it from my perspective and my side of the fence, though, bro. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of things I've been through, adoption. You understand what I'm saying? Mother left me in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, bro, like on some real G, bro. I can only think of one time my whole life I had an incident where my brother came to the bus stop and stand up for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so my whole life I had to fight. I had to fight by myself. My God. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, physically and mentally. You understand, and emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really not like, can I say, like, what I'm saying is like, that's me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
bulldozer mentality. Yeah. I gotta push through it no matter what the like,
but it only becomes a problem when you like right now you're aware of that. So like that's good, because guess what? Once you're aware of it, you can kind of change it in a way. You see what I'm saying?
I like being like that, though. But at the end of the day, though, but me being around people, but I don't close myself to being around people that's just like me. You understand what I'm saying? So I got people, yeah, we friends, we business partners in certain aspects. You understand what I'm saying? But also advisors to each other in areas that we're both not, you know what I'm saying, familiar with. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? So me being how I am, I think is good. You understand what I'm saying? Just like today with the situation with the transmission. It was my bullheadedness that got us there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, it's not always a bad thing. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't. So it's hard for me to take no for an answer in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying every situation. I always respect people's personal boundaries and whatever they got going on. But in certain situations, it's hard for me, my guy, for me, like, to, you know, take no for an answer. You feel what I'm saying? And like in certain shit, especially when it comes to business or survival, bro. Like, I mean, well, always survival. I'm never taking no for an answer. I'm always gonna try to survive to the end. You understand what I'm saying? But in business, sometimes it's hard for me to take a no, because I feel like sometimes you gotta push that extra, you know what I'm saying, that push to that door. Sometimes you gotta stop pushing, but sometimes you gotta push hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you trying to get a business opportunity with somebody, bro, and you call the secretary, be like, we're not interested in that. Sometimes you gotta say, okay, and call back and try and get somebody else to go directly to
it's called resilience.
You understand what I'm saying? So that bullheadedness comes in handy sometimes.
Yeah, it do.
It's
like, a gift and a curse. You right.
You understand where I'm coming from? But having people around you that don't think exactly like you is a good thing, though. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what makes a stronger circle.
No,
when everybody's looking at it from different aspects.
Yes, sir, and I agree. I totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's my opinion on that right there. What's the time on the video right now?
We heading into 19 minutes.
Okay,
you know,
good segment. For a little bit, though.
Yeah, keep it going, man. You know.
What else you got, Kay?
Like, man, you know, like, so, you know, man, like, really, what inspired you to start a podcast, though? Like, what really sparked you, you know?
Well, you already know I did that one thing. I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want to, like have other people feel like I'm trying to say something bad about them or whatever. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not even go there. But you know, I did something that I feel like didn't portray me like that I really want to be portrayed in. But it did spark an interest in me having exposure. And I feel like, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I feel like I'm a star or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not. But I kind of feel like that I kind of feel like, you know what I'm saying, that I do some things that people do find interesting.
Yes,
like
sir.
speaking a different language, you know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
I think, you know what I'm saying, the way I started some of my business, some of my taxes, whatnot, people
Yes.
find some of this stuff interesting.
Yes,
So I
sir.
was like, maybe, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, I'm not saying strike it big or nothing, but I'm like, maybe if I get out here and I start showing the world a little bit more about me,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure some negative will come with it, but I might make some solid business connections, or I might even get more people.
I agree.
Or even my story, somebody might even click on my video one day and listen to my story, some of the stuff I come through, and it might inspire them to even move forward a little bit. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. Facts. I like that. And you absolutely right with everything you saying with my personal experience with you. So you talking right. I like that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you know, like where do you see where do you want to take this? Like how far do you want to see it, or is the sky's the limit, or you just going with the flow, or like what's your end game?
I mean,
If you can kind of
as further as the realness will take me. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times in life you have to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff in your life, but there's just certain things I don't want to compromise as the person that I feel that I am. You understand what I'm saying?
Sir.
So there's a certain level of realness I always want to have. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, authentic.
I think sometimes I think everybody comes across times in their life where they got to put a smile on. Even when they don't want to, just to, you know what I'm saying, stop one situation from creating a bigger situation that can cause unnecessary damage. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there are some morals and principles that I stand on as a person, and I never want to compromise those. And I sleep every day good, homie, just because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even saying like on no street shit. I'm not even saying like on no tough guy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just think everybody should have morals and principles that they should stand on. You understand what I mean? Like, and I mean, like something about you. I mean, because I think if you once you get rid of all your morals and principles, or get rid of whatever you stand for,
ain't got nothing. You'll go for anything.
Like what else you got? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? So that's it. You know what I mean? So I ain't got everything in the world. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
you got your dignity.
Yeah,
you can sleep at night.
You know that I can look in the mirror, homie. You know what I'm saying? I like who I am as a person, homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, yeah.
Man, see, I like that. So you know what? So you know, like it's hard to figure out some questions, man, because you know we talk about a lot of stuff, you know, and
like whatever subject come to your head, bro. The only thing I want to put on this whole channel right here, bro, is making anybody feel like I'm saying anything to try and knock them, or like just saying anything that will hurt any kind of group of people. You understand what I'm saying? I may not agree with everybody in life, bro, but at the end of the day, I don't ever want to unnecessarily say anything that would cause anybody any kind of detriment to their life or make anybody feel bad about themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I may not agree with somebody, whether it's a racial view, whether it's a sexual, whatever kind of view that it may be, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everybody deserves their own space, and I feel like when you're own space, you get to feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're the tallest person there, homie. And I don't never want to, you know what I'm saying, intrude on anybody's space with any of my beliefs. You understand what I'm saying?
And I like what you said earlier today when we were having a conversation about this specific thing we doing now, this podcast. I was telling you, and you know, I'm gonna say that for the people, but you were saying I told you that the only way it will blow if you say negative things, and I like your comeback for me. And if you don't mind letting the people know why you didn't want to bring negative to your podcast or talk about things that might bring views, because we all know negative is sad to say, but negative publicity is like damn near the best publicity, and it's weird.
Yeah, people do like negative publicity. I ain't hating on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying that I'm above a clickbait. You know, I can see that bottle real quick, pimp.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that I'm above a clickbait, homie. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. I'm not saying that, but I will say this right here, bro. I mean, I just feel like for who I am or anybody, you know what I'm saying? Whatever morals and principles they got in their life, bro. How can I say? Every dollar's not made to be made for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, so like, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like a negative dollar is a dollar that's meant to be made for me. You understand what I'm saying?
I like that.
And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially me, from everything I come from and every where I was at one point in my life and the mindset I had, as much as, you know what I'm saying, like God has watched over me, homie, and like brought my life and protected me. I really kind of feel like, how can I say, like, that I don't need to do anything negative towards anybody to survive, homie. You understand what I'm saying? Because there was at one point in my life I used to wake up and figure out how I was going to eat. Now I wake up every day and figure out what I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I mean, I feel like, yo, even some of the negative things that I was doing at one point in my life, bro, to make money, even after I was getting, you know what I'm saying, blessings and positive things in my life, I thought about it. I was like, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? If I'm getting this right here with no kind of problems at all, why am I gonna keep on doing this crazy stuff, bro? You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And keep doing it. I mean, there ain't no need to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Straight up, man. Oh shit, I love doing this episode with you, man, because
Yeah.
you know, like everything you saying, I can vouch for it, man. You move and you live by it, so you know
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
that's good too. That's refreshing to know. Like
Yeah.
you ain't just on here just talking to just be talking. Like
Yeah.
you really walking how you talking. So you
Yeah.
know,
And
I
that's
can take my hat off to you for that.
Yeah, and that's my main stipulation for any guest I have up here, bro. I really don't care what happened in your past. I'm not trying to hold anybody to any kind of gangster antics or nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? I just want somebody to come up here and be the real person that they are, bro.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not
Yes.
judging nobody from that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, at this point in my life, don't get me wrong, bro. I come from a certain kind of background with a certain kind of people in my life that instill certain stuff in me, and there's still things I do believe. And I still stand by. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to push that off on the world, though. You understand what I'm saying? And like, I mean, so like I said, if anybody can be themselves, bro, and I feel like that's one of the main things that a lot of tough guys are scared to be. I think one of the biggest things a lot of people are scared to do is to say is that they're scared. I think a lot of people are scared to say they're scared.
Ain't nothing wrong with being scared.
It's an emotion, really. You know what I'm saying? And also, at the end of the day, though,
and it's a necessary emotion too.
But if you ask me, though, I think what's more important is how you react when you are scared. It's not whether you're scared or not. How do you react when you are scared? You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people are scared about something. When I was in prison, homie, I thought to myself one time, I was like, how is it I can do all this stuff that I'm doing, bro? But I bet you I'm scared to walk in one of them skyscrapers downtown and ask me if they hiring.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I bet you I won't go over there and do that. You feel what I'm saying? Them people, I feel like them scared them people looking at me like I'm crazy. You understand what I'm saying?
I follow you.
So, you know, that's the game. You know what I mean? That's the game with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, but that's just my main thing, though, bro. I just feel like if I'm not in a desperate situation, homie, where I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat, I'm trying to figure out how my kids are gonna eat, or somebody in my family's gonna eat, or something like that, or I'm gonna get a roof on my head, bro. I don't feel like there's no call for me to do anything negative to anybody. To, you know what I'm saying, like to get any kind of gain.
Yes.
And really, even then, it's not excusable. What do you expect somebody to do when they have nothing, though? You understand what I'm saying? But besides that, though, bro, if I got it coming to me, if I'm not worried about a roof over my head, if I'm not worried about eating, what's the whole point? Why would I have to do anything negative to anybody, homie, to get anywhere in life? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Refreshing
at that point,
good people out here still, man.
Yeah, at that point, you know what I'm saying, it's envy and greed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like greed, you know what I'm saying? I mean, jealousy and envy. Greed, you understand what I'm saying? Greed because I want all for myself. Jealousy because I feel like somebody's outshining me. And envy because I want it because I want to have it and don't want them to have it no more.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, why do that, bro, when I got everything I need? Like, you see, you know what I'm saying? I've been meeting a couple women, you know what I'm saying? I mean, through the grace of God, bro, you know what I'm saying? Halfway decent car, you know what I'm saying? Able to make money without somebody breathing down my back all day, homie. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, why would I, like, you know what I'm saying? So, why would I just go out the box and just go do something negative to somebody and cause harm to somebody else's life when I'm living my life with a certain amount of peace?
Yes. I agree. But, you know, I want to change a gear one more time because I like changing them gears, man. I'll be all over the place with the questions. So, but how you feel about? Do you have any advice for like people that's want to be entrepreneurs and what it takes to be an entrepreneur and what comes with being an entrepreneur? You know, can you kind of sum that up for them?
I think one of the main
motivation, something. You know,
I think one of the main things for you to be an entrepreneur, you have to learn respect. That's one thing. Because you're going to have to get around certain people to learn certain things about entrepreneurship. And you're going to have to respect that person for that person to want you around them, unless it's some kind of odd situation. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're trying to go somewhere, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to get into a certain field, and you're trying to get somewhere, you definitely have to know how to respect people. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, regardless of whether you agree with what that person doesn't want you doing around them or not makes sense to you, you have to respect what that person's saying in order to get what you have to get. As long as they're not asking you to do something that's demeaning you as a human being, or you know what I'm saying, going against anything that you stand for, you know, just respect that person's boundaries and rules. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it really, to tell you the truth, from somebody who doesn't have a lot but has but values what I do have a lot from the hard work I had to put in to do it.
Yes, sir.
You're very cautious about who you let around you to see what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So for somebody to even let you get any kind of idea of what they're doing, for them to have that kind of trust or them to see something in you to allow you to do that, you should have no problem respecting any kind of respectable boundary they actually respect, as long as it's not causing you no harm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that, and just, you know what I'm saying, just put in your head what you want to do, because whatever you put in your mind, that's where you're going to wind up at. You know, if you put something stupid in your head, you're going to wind up in a stupid place. You know what I'm saying? But if you put something, you know what I'm saying, in your head that's worth something, I mean, nothing is worth, nothing that's worth having anything comes easy. And I say that because whenever you see a movie, like, let's say you just watch some crazy kind of movie like Indiana Jones or something like that, right? And they got this solid gold object that's so valuable, it's worth like 40 million, you know, and they're about to go into the jungle and get it. They got to go through a lot of obstacles to get there, homie. You feel what I'm saying? And if they didn't have to do that, anybody could get it, and everybody would have it. It really wouldn't be worth nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to have to go through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Your character's going to get tried, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, with me, I live and breathe and eat business, homie. It's like air to me. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, with me, if I'm not doing business, bro, you know what I'm saying? There's really nothing else for me to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it. And I'm real to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it comes natural. But if you're an entrepreneur, man, only thing you got to do is just stick to what you want to do. You're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have your times where things really ain't lining up the way you want to. And you might not immediately see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's something that you really want to do. And if it's something that you really want to do and that's your passion, homie, why live without it? You feel me? And if you can't live with it, the best thing you can do is be traveling towards it. That's the next best feeling. You feel me? So if you can't have it, the next best feeling is working towards it.
Right. I agree. Yeah, man. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. But I appreciate you, man, with your honesty and, you know, sincerity. And I feel like I know I took something from it, and I'm pretty sure the viewers will too. But man, yeah, appreciate you a lot, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I appreciate you, man, for believing in me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Doing my first interview. My first interview is me. You feel me? So
straight up.
Yeah, you feel me?
Who,
So I figured out
who the best person to bring it out?
Yeah, you feel
That's
me?
the person itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you know,
a lot of people was worried about getting on camera, but I was like, you know what? The best way to break the ice is to go ahead and break it myself for myself, because I ain't never gonna ask nobody to do nothing I wouldn't do myself.
Exactly.
You feel me? So let me
lead
get up
by
here and show
example.
everybody.
For
Yeah,
sure,
you feel me? So
sure.
let me get up here and show the people I ain't doing no trickery. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to cut no videos, twist nothing. I'm just trying to create a situation for real people that want to talk about real stuff in a real environment that ain't gotta worry about nobody doing nothing.
Facts, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you a lot, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you more than anything.
I'll wrap this up, man.
Yeah, so hold it down. This is the first episode of Putting the Game Down podcast. Appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next episode. Bye.